Welcome to Model Horse Tack School. My name is Carrie, and today we're going to do a viewer request. Somebody asked me how did I do this detail on my parade blanket, my parade saddle blanket, and easier than you think it is, so I'm going to show how to do that. First thing with the blanket is it's going to depend upon your saddle. So this saddle has a drape, and this saddle has a drape, and so to not have a lot of bulk, so I don't have this sticking out like that, there's no detail under here, and the stirrups should be able to move without, and again, you don't want your stirrups hanging out here, so shouldn't have the detail under the stirrups. So that's one of the first things, is take a look at where you want it. You're not going to have anything in here in the neck. It'll probably stop right about there, because otherwise it's too bulky. Okay. As far as materials to use, this is felt. It's just craft felt. Like, here's a piece of craft felt. And so we need to figure out how to, what size to make for the saddle. I don't really have a, size pattern. So what I'll do is, using a black felt, I want to make sure I have a little bit, because I want a little detail coming here, so make sure I've got that. Even though I don't want it there, it can hang over. So I would take a pen, this is just silver Sharpie, and we'll go ahead and mark my center, because I'm going to do a cut there, and then I'm going to give myself about half, I don't know what that is, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. I eyeball things, back a little bit more. Oh, that's exciting. I just moved my center line. And then should drink more coffee before I do this. And I think right about there, and I think I'm gonna mark it right about there. So that should work. Okay, now that I have it cut out, I want to find my exact center. And just straight cut. It's just for horses that have withers. It just allows it to open up and then be more even. And then if they don't have withers, then it won't open all the way. I could cut that out of there also. I did cut a little bit on this one, so just there we go. So now we need to mark where we're going to put the design. And you can use either, like this here has a right side and a wrong side. The felt does. So let's see if we can. Alright, so we want to mark into the saddle here. Back a little bit. And here, and then We wanted to go, at least I wanted it to go right about there. And so I need a and then I would, it wasn't behaving when it was on the under the saddle, so do this. And then okay. So I've seen it really close together, these color patches. I've seen them real close together, and I've seen them as far apart as this. So you can decide which way you want to do it. I would just make sure that they're even on both sides. So that's straight from there. And then I had, let's see, the picture I used it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there was the center was actually 1, like that, and then 1, that's 3. Let's push this back a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7, and then I had 4 around each side. So, and the corners were their own. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Okay, so it's just good to have it marked so you know where you're going to put the design. I guess once I show this to you, you guys will go, ho ho. Okay, so I'm using regular embroidery floss, and you cut a length, whatever's easy for you to work with. If it's too short, it's fine. You can always cut more later. I don't have a lot of white, so I'm not going to complete this, but I'll show you the technique. And I'm choosing white because it'll show so much better on this black background. Now, it doesn't have to be black and white. That's what's common. But if you're making a blue saddle, like you do blue and yellow or blue and white or whatever. All right. So we're just gonna start, and I'm not going to pull it all the way through, and then pull it up. Of course, you want to try and get it even, but ultimately it's, you're not gonna be able to tell. And so I'll make a loop that's going to be about the same length as that tail I left, and we're just going to keep doing this. I like felt because it's self-healing. Pretty much it'll heal around the hole that you made, help keep the threads in place. So I'm going to go ahead and just fill this one space. Closer together you get, it's going to be better. It'll be fluffier. This was the first and only one I ever made like that. But when I was, when we were younger, we were really into dollhouse, 1/12 scale. Dollhouse furniture and stuff. I used to make furniture and rugs and drapes and all of that. I had a 3-story dollhouse. It was a barn. And that was our family hobby. I made a lot of rugs. I have a tool for single thread that I used to be really good at, but it's just basically the same thing, only I can do, I think it's how many, 8 threads, 6 threads at a time. is way faster than that tool. So I'm kind of just filling in holes here, making sure that it's going to be thick enough. Apparently there's a foot attachment for my embroidery machine that would do this for me. I think it's 40 bucks. It helps to put your finger on it so that you don't pull it tight in the front. I do that a lot. Sometimes I go off into space somewhere and muscle memory takes over. I used to do a lot of hand sewing, so this is actually very time consuming. Takes a lot of time. That's why I don't make too many of them. Alright, so I'm going to just text to make sure I don't have any big gaping holes. So it's pretty much packed in there, as much as you're going to get. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck that in there one way. And the quilting trick, you go back the other way and lock it into place. Okay, so this is what it looks like after we got all those threads in there. I'm going to do some glue on the back to make sure that the threads don't come out. We'll go ahead and let that dry. I mean, you could do all the colors and everything. This is more about technique than a finished product. So right now I'm just gonna get those loops busted, and then what I like to do, and the reason for the glue is I like to make sure I split and kind of fluff these. We don't want it to look like they're embroidery thread, so I need to split everything and kind of fluff it. Make sure you work the, and then this way when we do this, it doesn't matter where it went in and out because they all stand on their own now. And then the last step is the crucial one, is to shape it. So we want all the hairs or the threads to be about the same size, so we'll start with that. You want to kind of shape it a little bit. I try to take a little at a time until it gets to about the right length. You can kind of see it's a little bit of artwork right here. So I would go shorter on the edge, but there you go. That's one, and then you just repeat that. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I appreciate the suggestions. Please put those in the comments. Like, subscribe, tell all your horsey friends about this channel, and have yourself a really good day.